I forgot to log on. Be along just a second. Loading, loading, loading. Talk about a slow start to a stream. And there we are. We're in the game. We are continuing with the storyline missions. One of these days we might actually complete one. Let's hop on the hop on the speeder and make our next next stop. Huh. Anifa must have been through here. They hate garbage cans. And now we're in enemy territory. No worries, no worries. Exchange tech dog. What the heck's a tech dog? It's like a dog that's computer literate. Infiltrate Palladius's rally. Alright, let's go infiltrate something. I was checking out another game today called APB Reloaded, put out by ARC, ARC, ARC. It looked like a potentially good game. but apparently it's been completely destroyed by a very toxic player base and pay to win. And I was going through some of the stuff because you never want to believe the comments, you know. But everything I saw indicated that not worth checking out.
There is only one law for the weak as well as the strong, and that is power.
Kind of like a GTA thing, but massive multiplayer.
Grown soft in the luxury of their towers, while the strong have wallowed in chains. But I tell you, united, there is no law that can stop you. Take back what is yours.
Yeah.
What have you done for me lately?
There are those who would tell you lies, who spread rumors and false promises. Already some among you are lost, having chosen the path of weakness. But you must shun this false messenger. The weak fear your growing strength, and have sent him to break it.
What makes you worthy of leading such a strong people, Palladius?
The deceiver.
The deceiver shows his face. Behold, my children. Look how pathetic, how easily crushed by your collective might.
Oh, let's see. Should we continue the dialogue or set off the explosion?
The very ground you stand on responds to my will. Can Palladius do this?
What kind of power is this? The world is ending.
Don't be fooled. It's a trick.
It's a trick.
Attack the deceiver. Attack.
Bring it. Bring it. This guy's dancing. I'm dancing, I'm dancing. And that's how you do things.
My lord, what happened? How did you... We never met anyone
The Force.
who could do what you did. Not Lord Palladius, not anybody.
I don't want to screw this up.
That was only a small fraction of the power I possess.
Of course, my lord. We are most unworthy. But before
You know, he
say
probably
so,
could have done something
surely
pretty
you
impressive
must
just by
return
using the
to
Force.
so we can serve you.
There is only passion. Through passion, strength. Through strength, power. Through power, victory.
That's the same line Palladius fed us. I'm sick of these Sith games.
Shut your mouth. The Sith speaks the truth.
Besides, this one does what he says. He defeated Sabin.
You're right. My lord, we will do as you say. We will forgive.
Well, these people are easy.
To do the same.
Go get me a donut. That's it. Well, that doesn't look good. Somebody dropping bombs on the place? Hmm. Need to get a redstone to put in my lightsaber. Yellow just doesn't suit a Sith. I'm back on the bike and off we go. So now we have a cult. Whatever shall we do with it? What did you do today? I formed a cult of fanatics.
Vehicle pads are currently open for business.
I really like this planet. Huts really know how to dress a place up. And where to now? Alright, back on the speeder. We should get like a hoverboard or something like that. That'd be cool. They obviously have the technology. Oh yeah, right here. I like the hat. What the hell kind of hat is that anyhow? It's like he's wearing a bell on his head. Well, the guards here aren't playing around, are they? Dismount. Yeah, I did. Okay. Wasn't sure if I went to the right place. Morning, Boar.
Sith, will you look at this place? Hagen Strel himself couldn't generate this kind of crowd, and neither can Palladius anymore from the looks of it.
DJ Jabba.
Aren't you forgetting something?
Oh.
Yes, my lord. I'm sorry.
My lord, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
I love how everybody grovels.
If I didn't.
Who said they'd kill you?
Palladius's men.
They said they'd kill me if I didn't bring you this.
It looks like a hollow device.
Oh, I should have just killed him.
Ah, Sith. Good evening. How good to talk to you again. I'm sorry to use such an unconventional method to contact you, but I had to be sure you got the message. You understand?
Yeah, after all the groveling on the initial planet. Ooh, that was horrible. Not that I did any groveling, I just kind of pissed everybody off.
If you're trying to intimidate me, you failed.
Yes, but I think your followers understood perfectly. The truth is, when you first attacked my cult, I was angry, frustrated. And then I realized, you're Zash's apprentice. All this trouble is just about some silly artifact. Let's let bygones be bygones.
Oh, he's trying to save his butt.
We can meet at my place.
And that's a big butt to be saving.
We'll chat. I'll give you the artifact, and all will be mended.
I'm not one of your meek little cultists. You lie, you pay.
I promise. No tricks.
Yeah, that lying bastard. He promises.
Scrubbing a Jedi's back. Take time to consider my offer, but not too long, or my good mood may sour. And bring your friends.
And bring your friends.
Lying son of a hut.
Oh, he called him a son of a hut.
I'm not stupid enough to fall for that trick.
No, don't you see? Sure, it's probably a trap, yes.
Again, what?
Our chance to strike at him.
Fine, but I'm going in with both eyes open.
Yep, Star Wars again. I'd really like to see one of these storyline missions all the way through to the end.
Welcome. Please select an available travel route.
So pretty. Meet Palladius. Okay, we gotta go meet Palladius. Well, I'm just gonna kill him. I'm not gonna mess around with him. Kill him, take the artifact, take his cult. Adopt his children, sell them into slavery. It's the Sith way. I am probably going to be doing a live stream of the Asheron's Call server soon, the one that's being worked on. Just to see what the update or status is, see how it plays. I don't know when. Not like this week, probably next week or something. But just to see what kind of progress they're making. Asheron's Call. You wouldn't like it. It's old.
Sith, Destron, Rachel, I'm so glad you've come. You have made a wonderful decision. Can I offer you anything? A drink? Don't mind Varnock and Sharnock. They never leave my side.
You know exactly what you can offer me.
So confident. So amazingly confident. But
it's going to be fun killing this guy.
you've gravely underestimated me. That painful twisting you feel in your gut is your essence draining rather rapidly. And that hollow, sinking feeling, your connection to the Force being severed. Soon, you will be no more powerful than little Denton here, or Ramona.
For that, you will suffer.
Oh, it didn't work.
Not so powerful anymore, are we? Greater Sith than you have fallen before me. Did you think you were the first to try and steal my cult? I could choke the life out of you right now, but since you seem so very eager, let's settle this with...
It's an old MMO. They brought down the official servers. But there's some folks working on an emulator. It's an old game though. Very primitive graphics. Assuming I can get it to run stably and well, because it is on a private server, so.
What? How is this possible? You're stronger than any I've faced.
It's a shame it came out when it did. If they would have waited a few years and gotten a better engine for it.
Just let me live and carry on the cult in your name.
I hate to break it to you.
Oh, speaking of which, Boar, girlfriend found this for me.
You're done.
Ah, shit. Can you see it?
You're very trusting, Destris. But surely my lord sees...
Came across that at a thrift store. Oop.
Think of what I could accomplish on your behalf.
My lord, please. Can Palladius really be trusted?
I didn't even know there was such a thing as EverQuest novels.
Killing you will be such fun.
Yeah, boy.
Well,
hey, Elephant. How's it going?
satisfying as I expected.
Yeah, EverQuest, Ocean of Tears. By Stuart Week.
Only the thing is, everyone in the cult looks up to you now.
You will run this cult to my exact specifications.
Don't worry about it. You can count on us. I guess I should go rally the cultists before they lose their fervor. Thanks again.
Yes, thank you, Sith. We'd still...
Well, that's kind of why I'm looking forward to it, because I'm very lax on the lore in the game, so it'd be nice to be able to read some of it. This one is thanks to Brian. Who's a big old 45 today? If he stops by, everybody wish him a happy birthday. Gathorn, how's it going? Cheating bastard. Now what are we doing? Oh, we have to go back to our ship. I'm doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. I was actually thinking about hopping back on Neverwinter for a little while. I think I've done like 8 consecutive streams, so that's about the limit of my attention span for any one game. I gotta get back on EverQuest too. Yeah, Neverwinter MMO. Fun little game. Oh, awesome. I have no idea what that means, but awesome. Like any other game, I play it in spurts. Another one my son turned me on to. Sorry, I'm getting messages today.
I managed to obtain the
Yeah, there's just too many. It's too many.
And you gained your own cult in the process, or so I hear. You are quickly becoming quite the cunning Sith.
And that's the biggest problem. This is pretty much the only chance I get to game is when I'm streaming.
Flesh of my flesh, listen to me.
Not you again.
I cannot linger long. It takes too much out of me to appear here, but I must warn you. Your master, Darth Zash, is plotting something. Whatever it is can mean nothing good for you.
Master Darth says playing something, whatever it is, can mean nothing good for you.
I killed Scotia. I'm not afraid of Zash.
Do not become arrogant. I have seen Zash making her preparations.
I don't think I ever played Paladin. I usually do the Rogues, Rangers kind of things.
Named Carl and a girl named Corin. She's been sending them into the Dark Temple, presumably to confirm that I am gone.
Sorry, I got like a whole bunch of different messages. Hey, Boyan, how's it going? Very good pace to the Neverwinter game. It's very action-packed. That's any game though, Phoenix. Honestly, once you get into endgame with any game, that's why I always have a bunch of new or low-level characters. Because once you get into endgame, it just becomes a repetitive grind. I don't know how they're going to overcome that little obstacle. That was my big thing. It was very. I'm not. I don't want to say it was D&D like, but there was a lot of D&D stuff in there, yeah, it was just nice seeing it all come to life. Even though it's not necessarily like the D20 system or anything like that, it was just nice seeing the different things from the game brought to life. Yeah, they are zones. Each one has a unique feel and flavor. All right, shoot, I don't even know what's going on now with this conversation.
A few apprentices in a tomb does not an evil scheme make.
I was confident too before my own.
Most games have their good aspects, but most games also have really bad aspects. Most of those bad aspects don't happen until endgame.
These intruders, but I heard them speak of Zash and her desire.
Yeah, World of Warcraft is notorious for it. Yeah, that was Brian's. Him and Adso were giving me title ideas. It's hard to come up with a new title twice a day, every day for the same game.
What kind of rituals?
Minor ones. Preparations for something bigger. Zash knows your weakness.
That goes for MMOs. Single player games are a little different because they're more structured. They can tweak it a little better. They don't have to satisfy so many different player types. I mean, first-person shooters only going to attract people like first-person shooters, and RPGs, same thing. But an MMO has to cover a broader range. So I wouldn't want to make an MMO. Yeah.
I trust you will let me know if anything else develops.
I cannot guarantee when I will be able to speak with you again. As I said, it is difficult for me to visit you. But I will continue to watch over my chamber.
Oh, good lord.
Conserving my energy for when I learn something more.
And the subscription models are really becoming an issue with a lot of the game developers. If you go pay to play, that creates a hurdle for people that don't want to do a monthly subscription. If you go micro pay, then you fall into the pay to win fiasco. And if you don't have pay to win, then you're not going to get enough people paying just for cosmetic items, for example, because a lot of people just don't care about the cosmetic items. They want to just play the game. Really tough situation, or tough place that they're in right now. Don't or can't. I mean, the economy's crap right now. There are so many people out of work. God, I haven't had a job in over a year and a half. I mean, an actual paycheck job. Yeah, yeah. Yep. Some of the games do, well, that's one of the things I like about Black Squad so much. All their paid content is cosmetic, purely cosmetic, skins on your guns and whatnot. And then you can buy in-game currency with real cash to unlock various weapons and whatnot. But it's weapons that everybody already has access to. You just get to make them permanent. That kind of thing. What's ESO? What the hell am I doing? Whereas Warframe, on the other hand, awesome game, plays freaking beautiful, but from what I gather, oh, Elder Scrolls, sorry about that. Never played it. It's turning into a pay-to-win game. Sorry, I'm getting flooded with messages. The Sex Ventures of Eroticos 9. I don't think I can stream that, Boar. It is. It's awesome. That's my point. It's one of the best constructed games I've ever played. It's smooth as buttered silk. I keep reusing that line, but that's what it is. I've never played a game that ran so well online. I mean, of course, there's offline games that run well because they don't have to deal with latency and internet issues and whatnot. But you know, there's some grumbling about I don't know how much truth there is to that, but I haven't played that deeply into it. I really want to play that game more. I don't like the gameplay in Elder Scrolls. That's my problem with it. You get so used to doing something a certain way, and then when you have to change the way you do that, it screws me all up. I'm sorry, I'm too old to adapt to a new style of gameplay. Isn't that the one where don't you have to like use your mouse to like slash things and stuff like that? I mean, I'm not saying it's not a good game. It's just not a good game for me. Oh, is it? Huh. Well, maybe I'll give it a shot. I played some of the other Elder Scrolls, the not online ones, and I didn't get too far out of the gate with them. Everybody knows I stream at noon. Why are they all talking to me now? Oh, good lord. Alright, I think I'm done now. Wait, Korriban, weren't we already here? Isn't this the starting planet? Yeah, what the heck am I doing on Korriban? Gotta go to the Sith Academy. Those people want to talk to me, they couldn't just call. I don't disagree that they are good games. I just didn't care for them myself. I didn't care for the gameplay. One of the joys of gaming, variety. I like watching people play them. I'll sit there and watch somebody play any one of those games all day. Just don't want to play it myself. I was just talking to a buddy of mine about that. Actually, the source of the Horkalong name. I was talking to him earlier today. He was telling me about Conan Exiles, and I tried to tell him I just don't have time to invest in a game with that kind of time requirement. That's why I've been drifting more towards the first-person shooters and whatnot. What the hell? Oh, it's an elevator. Log in, kill stuff, log out. Because that's really just lately all I've had time for. Daughter can't start working in the coal mines till she's 3, so that won't free up any time until then. Oh, this is Conan Exiles. It's the like the survival game. I wouldn't say main game, but it's the game I've been playing the longest, obviously. But the problem I've been running into with EverQuest is just that time. You log on, it takes you like 45 minutes just to get to where you want to go hunt. You know, what the hell am I doing? You know, like for the afternoon streams, for example, that's half the stream. It's just me running to the location where I want to hunt, and then I get there, kid wakes up, gotta stop, you know. Let go. Can't wait till she's old enough to game with me. That'll fix everything. Oh, he's dead. I'm still trying to kill him and he fell over dead. A lot of people like that kind of gameplay though, and they have time to do it. I mean, I did it. I played EverQuest back when it was a slow grind like that. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. Because when you accomplish something in that game, you feel like you've accomplished something. It's not like they're just handing stuff to you on a silver platter. There's a bit more of that now. Because they've sped up the on the main retail servers, they sped up the leveling and whatnot. But it's still a grind. But I think that's one of the biggest things I like about that particular game is when you accomplish something, it feels like you've accomplished something. Oh. That's a good question. I'm probably going to get her started on first-person shooters, so she can gank some noobs.
Here, I thought the Sith were above petty burglary. I wonder what your
They're the easiest to get into, to enter into. Not a lot of chatting and whatnot.
Your mask. Zash wants it.
Zash has her own choice. What need could she have of mine? Your master and I hardly see eye to eye, but this isn't her style.
Yeah, it really depends on what's available at the time. EverQuest will probably be down by then.
The marks of an apprentice. When Darth Thanaton learns of this, you will be punished.
Yeah, yeah. And it's going to teach her to be tough in a tough world, because the world she's going to be growing up in is not going to be very pleasant.
Who is going to tell him once you're dead?
You do talk big, don't you? Go on then. Let's see what you've got.
He's only level 12. Could just give me the mask and I wouldn't have to do all that.
And thank you for the artifact.
Ooh. Hey Sloan, how's it going? I'm just going to get her a bunch of books. In fact, she already has a pretty extensive library. I'm not trying to say I'm some kind of prepper or anything like that, but it's important to have knowledge. As soon as we found out we were having her, we started assembling a library.
Medical attention. Be well.
What the heck? Let me out. Oh, I gotta use terminal. My bad. Where are we at? We're an hour in. Okay, we're an hour in. I think I'm going to step out for just a second. Take care of that horrible chemical addiction. Where the heck am I going? Gotta go back to my ship. Yeah. Yep, I am. I will be right back. And, yeah. Smoke them if you got them. took advantage of the opportunity to think about your question. I think I'm going to start her out on the Fallout series. Yeah, I think so. Teach her the importance of having skills, the importance of survival, the importance of making tough decisions. I was going to do Borderlands 2. I'm having issues getting it installed. I don't know what the problem is. I mean, it installs. It just doesn't allow me to play it. So I'm going to tinker with it a little more and see what I can come up with. Love that game. Both of them.
Apprentice, I know you are very busy, but I must speak with you. I have just had the most amazing dream, and it concerns you.
You owe me an explanation.
You sound unhappy, Apprentice. Have I done something to anger you?
I want to know what this artifact does.
I've told you as much as I know, except that I'm more certain than ever you are meant to have it. As I said, I just had the most marvelous dream.
It's a good game. Good games are eternal. That's what I like about good games. You can go back and play Fallout 1 now, and despite the fact that it's over 10 years old, you can still have an enjoyable experience with it.
What makes you say that?
Only certain individuals, it seems.
And those games are very few and very far between. And I think that's the problem. There's such a glut of games on the market right now. And so many of them are mediocre at best. Going to Tatooine. I don't know. We had a discussion about that about a month ago, and I really don't think they should. I think when EverQuest dies, they should just let it die. Anything they do is just going to feel like a cheap copy, like EverQuest 2. EverQuest 2 is a great game, but it's not EverQuest. And it's okay. It's okay to let a game die. It really is. There's always going to be emulate. Hell, you can still play Star Wars Galaxies if you want to. There's always going to be private servers, emulated servers, whatnot. If you want to go back and play that game again.
Made it to Tatooine. Not the most luxurious destination, but trust me, the artifact is close. You'll need to find the pirate Andronicos Revel. He should be quite familiar with this piece.
I'd like to see him, if they do anything with it, I'd like to see him do something offline, like they did with the Warcraft series, Warcraft 1, 2, and 3. I'd like to see something like that for EverQuest. so you could actually learn more of the story and play through important aspects in the stories and whatnot. And Christ, they could milk that forever. Oh, that's not the only game they're doing. Daybreak has a lot of good games out. EverQuest is just like it's their labor of love. It's kind of like when Wizards of the Coast bought out Dungeons and Dragons. D&D was going to go under. TSR they had no money. Wizards of the Coast didn't buy D&D to make money. They bought it to save the game. Turned out to be a cash cow for them. But that's only because they completely restructured the game. They changed what the original game was. I like 3.5. That's what they did when they took it over. But it wasn't D&D. It wasn't original D&D. You know what I mean? Fine game. Absolutely fine game. I'd rather play 3.5 than any other version. But it's not D&D. When Daybreak bought the rights to EverQuest from Sony, it was just to keep it alive. Yeah, well, yeah, because you can't, and that's kind of my point. You can't go home again. Yeah, but Daybreak has a bunch of good games. EverQuest is just one of their titles. Well, what was it? Defiance, I think, is a Daybreak game. No, it's not. Never mind. Champions? Yeah, Champions is a Daybreak game. It was a big deal. Everybody was expecting D&D to die. Everybody knew TSR was in financial trouble. And Wizards stepped up. And at the time, Wizards was making money hand over fist with Magic the Gathering, so they could dump a lot of money into it. And I'm grateful to them for saving it. I'm kind of upset that they sold out to Hasbro, but what are you going to do? But at least it's still alive. And that's kind of the approach that Daybreak took. So regardless of things that they've done later on to cheapen the game, I guess, I'm always going to be grateful to Daybreak for at least trying to save the game.
Who is this Andronicus Ravel, and what's his interest in Sith artifacts?
He was once a pirate, and the artifact was once a prize. He stole the artifact out of some Sith ruins.
Yeah, that would have been the ideal approach, but honestly, in the modern gaming market, how far do you think that's going to go? Nobody wants to spend that much time playing a game. Nobody wants to grind that hard. Everybody's gotten used to having things just given to them. You can see that in World of Warcraft. I keep going back to that because that's the big kid on the block. The difference between vanilla WoW and current WoW. Vanilla WoW, you couldn't even level to 60 without grinding. You had to go out in a field and kill monsters for XP until you got to level 60 because there weren't enough quests in the game to get you to level 60. It's not bad, B. It's not bad. I told you about my experiences with it. But that was because I had my OBS set up wrong, and it was causing all kinds of drains on resources. When I played it while not streaming, it was enjoyable. Well, it's similar to DC Online, which I thoroughly enjoy too.
Does this Andronicus know you're using him to get to the artifact?
I don't know if if Blizzard's willing to do that. If they would have, if they were going to, they would have by now. It wouldn't be hard for them to do.
I believe Andronicus has found the leader of the mutiny.
I agree, but they're not always. They don't always make the best business decisions. They make great games, but they don't necessarily do good business. They just shut down a couple other ones. And it's stupid for them to even try. The people that they're blocking out of their game are people that aren't going to pay to play their game in the first place. I understand they want to protect their intellectual license, and that's fine. Can't blame them for that. It's their shit. Go after the Legion servers, servers that are emulating the most recent versions of the game. Absolutely, sure, because that's current content. For the older content, they should just let it go like EverQuest does. Like Daybreak does. The P99 servers and whatnot are done with the full blessing of Daybreak. Warner Brothers bought out the Asheron's Call rights, and they're being dicks about allowing people to do emulated servers, so they have to kind of stay under the radar about it. Because apparently they have plans for the property, the intellectual property. I don't know what those plans are. I'm hoping it's a movie, because the Asheron's Call storyline was awesome. Yeah, that just happened last week, I think it was. Yeah. You know what the best private server I've played on, though, was Eternal WoW. The best private server I've ever played on. It only goes up to Lich King. I mean, they have other servers, but I played on their Lich King server. And they did such a good job with it. It's clean, it's smooth, it's very well coded, and it gets a lot of support from the guys who run it. Every day, multiple times a day, there's some kind of live event going on where you go to fight Illidan or something like that. And it's just a really neat server. So if you ever get that itch, check that out. I can't do it right now because of the gaming life thing. It's frowned upon. I can't do it. I can't stream it, but highly recommend checking out Eternal WoW. I got a full roster of max level characters on there. And it's a good bunch of people too. Yeah. If you're going to host a WoW server, you have to do it in Russia, where they don't recognize copyright laws, or China or something. Well, you can't do it in China because China doesn't let you do anything. Romania might be a good choice. I don't know. Yeah, one stupid little mistake like that, all that work gone. And you can't run something like that behind a VPN or something. It's too much bandwidth.
Just show me where the fun is.
I don't know precisely. Andronikos must have come through the spaceport at some
Nostralis, what was it, Nostralius or whatever it was, that vanilla server? They were working with Blizzard to do some kind of deal, and then at the last minute, Blizzard just stopped all contact. So they took all their source code and gave it to somebody who's now hosting it on their own servers. And to the point where you were able to like reactivate your character and everything. I'm a big fan of the private servers, not because of them stealing the intellectual property, but the yeah, Elysium. Okay, thanks. But I like to see the changes that people make to them, like on the P99. There's a whole bunch of different servers, and my favorite was always the Hidden Forest. It heavily modified EverQuest. I like to see what people can do with it, what other people's ideas would have been had they been in control. Oh, is it gone now? All right. Those are my favorite private servers, are the ones where they heavily modify everything. I've played WoW. I don't want to go somewhere else and play WoW. But this isn't WoW. This is WoW different. This is WoW 255. This is WoW where you can play as a Naga. This, you know, they all end up devolving into PvP servers, though. Yeah, there were 20,000 active players, 20,000 active accounts, and they had I think it was close to 1 million accounts, 1 million registered accounts, and then 20,000 active players. I think. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. I don't know the numbers. I never played on that server. I didn't want to go back to vanilla. I didn't even play vanilla when it was vanilla, when it was Blizzard. Resisted the shift to WoW for quite a while. At the time, there was Asheron's Call, EverQuest, Anarchy Online, City of Heroes. Great fucking game. Hate that they took that game down. Hate it, hate it, hate it. Wrath was fun. Cataclysm came out and I started losing interest. A buddy of mine bought Cataclysm for me just so I'd go play with him, and it lasted for about a month, I think. And I couldn't do it anymore. Now I like Legion. I played on a Legion private server. Had a lot of fun with the Demon Hunters, but that was just it. It was a novelty. It wasn't something I wanted to sink any time into. Not saying there's anything wrong with it. There's probably a lot of people that thoroughly enjoy it. Anarchy Online's still running, surprisingly.
Have you heard of a pirate named Andronicus Revel?
Yeah, it was. It was most definitely a grindy game, but that's kind of one of the things I liked about it. You log on, do a few missions, log off, go do something else.
I don't like it when people lie to me.
Everything's cooler when you're 12. Maybe that's my problem. Maybe it's just I'm getting old and jaded. But if I'm going to commit time, effort, and money to it, it's got to be something worth doing. Yeah, well, City of Heroes is set up to be an alcoholic game. Character customization, the character creator. My God, there are people who just downloaded the character creator for that game. They never even stepped foot in the game. They just made new characters. I like their comics. You can probably still download them. They're all PDFs. Downloaded all the comics at one point, just sat there and read them. That's NCSoft, though. They have a weird business model. Allods. I think that's on Steam, isn't it? Pretty sure I came across that.
Just tell me where I can find him.
Grani tampio da pushi wompa, pu tula musta. Wompa hupa, chiquilia pasa do bisca. Yinga yinga kijita. Nini tanu. Alelo kwekuta.
Alright. Well, that guy's like 4 levels higher than me, and I just shocked the crap out of him. And it never failed. Whenever you made a character, there was always something about it that you just didn't like. And there was more than one occasion where I would delete the character and start all over again just because I didn't like his boots. Yes, that or no, Shadowrun. That's what I'm thinking of. Shadowrun. Yeah, it's perfect. I don't know why nobody has done that yet. It's the perfect setting for an MMO. I mean, they've made a few games based on it, but I honestly don't know if Cyberpunk is ever coming out, to be honest with you. I just checked their Facebook page. They haven't done an update in 3 years. I mean, they were working on Witcher. Same company that did Witcher. So maybe that's where all their attention got shifted, because Witcher's an easy cash cow. Cyberpunk's a much harder sell.
I'm sorry you're upset. Mind telling me why?
Cyberpunk's going to be a tough one to pull out, but again, that'd be another great game for an MMO. Although I think Shadowrun would be better because of the different races. Cyberpunk runs the risk of falling into the Matrix Online trap. Did they really? Good. Good. It needs to happen. I don't like what they did with the role-playing game, though. The changes they made. I really don't like that. Cyberpunk 2020 was awesome. Then they, what was it, 2035 or something like that? I do not like what they did to that. I told this story before, but I played in a Cyberpunk campaign. The game went on for like a year and a half. Awesome game, excellent game. There was always something happening. Every week there was new intrigue, new action, new something, character development. Yeah. Well, a franchise game. You got to expect that. And then when it came to an end, there was a big. What's a thing, elephant?
I thought you hated Veshikirk.
Siklaika, Redaikaja, Wajufnaja Katarhida. May in Andwar Praji Ploy. Nipatai Ufaro Wisandan, Sware Kani Dede.
It was a thing. I think it only lasted for like a year or two. They did a horrible job with it. They rushed it to market. It went live with lots of issues. And people got sick of it really quick and it just kind of went under.
I'm looking for a pirate named Andronicus Revel. I won't start anything if you tell me what I want to know. Tell me where Andronicus Revel is.
There's a Wookiee over there. Yeah, it was bad. It was really bad. It wasn't the worst launch ever, but it was right up there. That makes sense. That does make sense. Because the original Cyberpunk role-playing game was Cyberpunk 2020, so, yeah.
I'll make sure Andronicus doesn't find out you told.
Piskaku, Palia Pitie, Potenya Go, Horowe Niminaka, Sonri Popa Unaguta. Wachineko, Higadanoila, Oka Kiza Spida per Popa.
I think the worst launch in history goes to Anarchy Online.
Come on, don't be shy. Get out there.
I'm fine down here, thank you.
Ah, don't be like that. You're one of us now. It's a squad tradition.
You're saying you've all cavorted around on stage like a bunch of loons?
If we say yes, will you do it?
No, but it'll make for an interesting report to the commander.
Sony has no business doing MMOs. They really don't. They're not willing to... Well, yeah, they should stick to consoles. It'd be like Microsoft putting out an MMO. Although Microsoft was behind, well, they produced Asheron's Call. So, there is that. But they also released it 2 months after EverQuest. When it came out, it was virtually unplayable. It was so buggy and glitchy, and it was just bad. It would crash every 5 minutes. The servers were constantly coming down. So they just brought the whole game down, fixed it, took it back up, and then it was great. But by then it was too late. They'd already gotten a bad reputation. A bunch of Norwegian folks made that game. It was supposed to be kind of cyberpunky, but it ended up being more sci-fi than anything.
Webb, folks aren't supposed to know I'm here.
I'm sorry, Andronicus. It was that damn bartender.
Take care of it.
Used to play a lot of that game, though.
Now, Sith, your artifact.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of why they dropped Asheron's Call, because they shifted their attention to something else. And Asheron's Call was old. I mean, it was an old game.
Escape pod and spent 30 more in Imperial lockup on account of that hunk of rock.
I'm only interested in the artifact.
And I couldn't care less about it. But maybe we could help each other out. The guy who has your artifact is the guy I'm on Tatooine to kill. Silas Wilkes. My old first mate. He started the mutiny, then tossed me into space. Now he's an exchange big shot.
No, SWtOR wasn't. It was dead on arrival. I think there was a total of like 120 people that actually played the game seriously. They ended up giving it away for free. If you got Asheron's Call, they'd give you SWtOR for free. And Asheron's Call was only $10. And towards the end there, you bought the game for $10, then you could play for free. There was no monthly subscription or anything.
And what if I don't want to work with you?
I know how to get to Wilkes, and I ain't asking much. Just a clear shot right between the eyes. Now, if you think you can get a better offer elsewhere...
What the hell's going on with my dress? Something's clipping.
Just don't start thinking yourself indispensable.
I know what I am, Sith. I won't be in your way. I've been chasing Wilkes halfway across the galaxy. Stole my favorite blasters, not to mention my pride. Lucky thing I got a contact inside the exchange. Only I can't exactly just stroll into the exchange base.
I was going to say something, I forgot what it was. It was gaming related, but I yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe there's a vent blowing up my dress.
Andronicus Revel has his own personal spy network.
It ain't quite like that. Contact's name is Casey Ricks, old friend who used to be part of my crew. But she, doesn't exactly know I'm here. She's sure to know where Wilkes is hiding. Tell her you know me, and she'll tell you everything.
I don't care if she is a friend of yours. If she doesn't give me what I want.
Don't worry about it. Casey's good people. You get that information, you can do what you want with it. But I'd appreciate it if you came back here first. Me and Wilkes are long overdue for a talk.
Guess we'll go with that one. Yeah. Alrighty. What are we at? Yeah, I think I'm going to wrap it up there. The kid's starting to stir upstairs, and the beast. The beast is starting to stir. Girlfriend just came home. Oh, Brian, you come in just as I'm leaving. Crap, now I feel like I have to stick around for a minute. Happy birthday, Brian. This is the Brian whose birthday it is. Everybody say happy birthday. I will be back on tonight at 11, as usual. You folks have a great day, and thanks for watching. See ya. Ha ha ha.